stuck in the sand again. It's pretty easy to happen, and there's a few ways to get yourself unstuck if you're travelling by yourself. I'll show you one method here. A long-handled shovel is the first thing you should always carry. Recovery gloves. We're going to show you how to use one of these exhaust jacks. Let's head on over. This exhaust jack is rated at 4 tonne or 4,000 kilos, and it's perfect for lifting a stuck four-wheel drive up in the sand when there's a nice loose bottom here. If you're travelling by yourself, you don't have the advantage of a friend to pull you out with a snatch strap, one of these can be very helpful. We'll look in this kit to see what it has. This is the actual bag that does the lifting. On the bottom you've got some feet to try and stop it from sliding sideways. There's a tube that comes from the bag out to a rubber cone. This cone gets placed over the exhaust tip, so when you start your engine, the gases that come through the exhaust system go into the cone, down the tube, and pump this bag up, which in turn lifts the vehicle up off the ground. This kit has some mats. You place them on the top and the bottom of the bag to help protect it, so you don't want any sharp pieces under the car or sticks piercing the bag. If you should pierce a bag, this kit also comes with a repair kit, so you've got some patches, a bit of glue and some gloves. Before we can do anything, we need to grab the shovel and clear a bit of sand out from underneath. Before you actually start trying to recover your vehicle, have a good look underneath. Now I can see here that the chassis rails are dragging in the sand. We've got the back right wheel was spinning, it's dug itself into a hole, and the front left is doing the same thing, so it's dropped right down. So we need to dig front and rear of each of these wheels, and also all the way along the chassis. You'll also make sure you have to have a bit of a hollow under here to physically fit the bag in there. So there's a little bit of hard work to start with. This is where the long-handled shovel comes in handy, so you can reach right in under the car. That's the hard shovel work done. Let's pull the gloves off for a while. This kit's got 4 mats, so we'll unfold 2 of them, slide in underneath the car, that's where the bag's going to sit. And these bags blow straight up, so you've got to make sure they're fairly even when you put them in there. Make sure the hose is not kinked from where it goes into the bag. Slide it all the way in, get the other 2 mats. Pop them on top of the bag. That protects from any sharp pieces of metal from underneath the car. Okay, it's in position, it's all even, the tube's coming straight out. This particular one's got a connector on it. Slot them together, turn the lever, and it's locked off. Throw the tube to the back of the car, and just walk along the length of the tube to make sure there's no kinks and things. Because when you start your engine and the gases start coming through, if it's bent or kinked around or knotted, it's not going to work. This knot's going to stop the flow of gases here. So make sure it's all even. The easiest way to make sure no kinks happen in the tube, put it in a nice big arc. This is your cone, make sure all the sand's out of it. Have that ready near your exhaust tip, so it needs to have the sand cleared away from it as well. If you're by yourself, just leave it on the ground to start with. We'll have to go back and start the engine. Okay, your engine's running, we'll have to leave it. Don't forget your gloves, because this tube and the rubber cone can get pretty hot. And if you've got an idle adjuster in your vehicle, try and pump the idle up a little bit, so the faster the engine's going, the faster the gases come down this tube, and the faster the bag will pump up. Being at idle, it still will work, so I'll have a go. I'm going to jam this tube onto the exhaust tip fairly hard. See how the car's starting to raise? The bag is pumping it up. I'm pushing pretty hard here. Okay, stop just there, and notice the air is not coming out of the bag. It's got a one-way valve there, so the car will stay up by itself. Now I'm going to go and grab my log handle shovel and fill in all the holes from where the wheels were. Okay, once you've done your shovel work, make sure everything underneath is clear. Don't get under the car. These things are not safe to get under or for using for changing tyres or anything like that. That's where the long handle shovel comes in handy. You can reach right in under there. Once you're satisfied that everything's been filled up in the holes, we've got a valve over here. Slowly release this and the air will go out of the bag. Don't point this at your face. There's hot diesel fumes coming out of there. I'll throw him out of the way. Close the back of the car out. We should be right to drive off now. Fingers crossed, we'll get out first go. The exhaust jack worked first go. So there's one way of getting yourself unstuck off the beach if you're travelling by yourself. Hard work with the shovel, but it works at the end of the day.